And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Green Bay Packers. 2-1 loss team set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. 30, 10, 5, and now they are knocking on the door inside Pittsburgh's 10. A big play there on the first play of the game. 69 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first and goal situation.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers! A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
Yeah, they can talk all they want about putting the loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. But whatever they said appears to have worked. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Set. 10 logo. Number 53. Mike 53. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 5.
They'll run on first down. Taylor, he'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Let's go. 15, Ronnie. 15, Ronnie. Squeeze, double.
Second and 13. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Let's get it. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Protein spill.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down to the 16-yard line. It's a big play there for the Steelers. And even 40 yards. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? That they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football. Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, These guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they are a full part of the passing game, and we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
10-2 stop.
On second down now, it's Taylor. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up first and goal. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Now Taylor. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. A quick pass out to Juju. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Dean Lowry, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. And Boswell's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Here we go, D. Hey, 88. Here I come again.
To throw is Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. That one good for 26 and a first down. Well, a big play like that looks familiar, doesn't it? Like we saw it a week ago, reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Nothing wrong with being explosive, nothing wrong with being electric, nothing wrong with carrying it over from the previous week off to a really, really hot start.
Get 300.
On first down, Rodgers. They will find Davis. That's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. And again, it's Rodgers. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Let's go one more.
Rodgers to throw once more. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Look at me. Zipper. Ready to go. Ready.
Taylor. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Fine.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander, and he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Now Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point up and through. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Steelers take over. Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Oh, he's got a little daylight. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Switch! Let's go. Go.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
On first down, it's Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Ready. 60 outlaw. Smooth.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And now off to the races down the right side. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Well, when both guys went up for the ball, I just thought, who's going to come down with it? I didn't think he'd come down with it and then take it all the way for a touchdown.
That's battling, isn't it? Because normally, if both guys go up for it and come down with it, the tie goes to the offense. The defensive player didn't want it to be a tie at all. He wanted a little bit more, took it, and went the other direction.
The extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll try the left side. Taylor. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And Mike Tomlin going to roll up the sleeves here and say, let's go for it on fourth. Try to punch it in with Taylor. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Get that ball. Check Nick. Easy.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other.
Hey, box drop.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. It's caught. Jones. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside, not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Rodgers completes it to Davis. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 17-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This from 44 yards out, left hash. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
The Steelers take over the 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. They get the penalty yardage back plus a yard, 6-yard gain, and it's 2nd and 9.
Mike, 53, Mike.
2nd and 9 now. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Mike, 53.
16 yards. First down.
Yeah.
They'll run on first down. Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. He's done his part sailing past the century mark on the ground with rushing yardage, but his team, a different story.
Yeah, they're down big in this ball game, so sometimes you wonder to yourself how much of that is him with a great performance and how much of that is the defense just loosening up because they have a big lead.
That's thrown to Smith-Schuster out wide. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
Here we go. 10-2 stop. Hey, come on now. Shoot.
Now back to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Down. 50, plant.
Mike. Rabbit.
Go.
Banjo. Let's go.
Yo, go.
53, Mike, 53. Here we go.
And let's go.
They'll try the left side. It's Taylor. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 30.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. He'll look to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Set up, 18 Gator. Watch the flag, watch the flag, watch the flag. Ready.
On second down now, it's Taylor. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. They'll keep it on the ground. Taylor. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Looking to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And that will force a turnover on downs. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
55, Mark, 55.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. On the sneak, Rodgers. And he'll burrow his way forward to pick up the first. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Mike. Here we go, D. Get off the field. Six guys. Check six guys. For the 50.
Now this time Rodgers will throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Check the hot read.
Hey, check 26.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
Let's go, let's go.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Complete to Washington. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
2nd and 6. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 40. To the end zone. It's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. On first down, Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
Come.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. But now it'll be 3rd down. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Back to throw here. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
53 is the mic. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
Hey, Charlie.
Check. 53 is Mike. Check. 53 is Mike. We don't want this. Mike, 53. Go. 53. Mike.
They're going to look to throw. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
You ready?
50, Mike, 50. You got nothing there. You got nothing.
Big grip.
On 3rd down, it's Taylor, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down?
Buzz. Look at me. Zipper.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for Green Bay, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.